Good morning, YouTube. Or, yeah, we're still morning. I took the opportunity to buy the MP4-4 from 1988 Honda F1 car. This is an $8 million car. So let's actually back out of here and run to the shop real quick. Where are we at here? So it is in Legendary Motors at the moment. It is $8 million. So it is expensive. This is, I think, the fourth open wheel car, like Formula style. We'll run to Brand Central real quick and show you the other three. The other three are $1 million each. So I have one of them. I think I bought it during the Toyota or GR series. But you got the Toyota, which is the one I bought, $1 million, and then you got the Honda. And I'd never bought the Honda. I don't know what the difference between the two is. They look, I don't see anything changing on the screen between them. I don't see anything changing in the stats. So this just might be something that's so regulated that there's not a whole lot of difference between the two cars. Yeah, it says Honda, and then that says TRD. So I don't know. Maybe it's the sticker. But for $1 million, I'm whatever. Even though I just spent $8. So that's two of them. The other is in the Gran Turismo brand, if you want to call it that. And it's this open wheel car here, which I don't quite know what this one is. This looks like a more vintage car, like it reminds me of I think it was the Lotus, the Player's Choice car, or the black and gold. I think it was Player's Choice. I think that's what it was called. I think it was a cigarette brand. But anyway, those are the three Formula cars that I'm aware of. I don't have that last one either. Now, I figured we'd take this car to Italy. This is a car made famous from Ayrton Senna. So he was a racer back in, I want to say it was 80s and 90s, but he eventually, I'm doing something which is like my Formula car that I have, the modern one I have set up like a BMW, which is, it was the Williams team, sorry about that, and Williams is where he lost his life. So they were pushing on the car, pushing on aero. They were getting the car lower and lower to the ground because it was gripping better and better. But as soon as it made contact with the ground, all of the aerodynamic grip disappeared, and he went straight into the wall and lost his life. So there are people, especially Brazilians, that hate Williams to this day. Let's do. I didn't mean to do that actually. Let's do something a little different here. I'm going to go with the custom race, just to compare the two real quick. And I had to detune these things way down, so let's put the tuning back to factory right now. Let's go to custom race. Let's do no chicane. Let's get some speed there. Yeah, 2 laps is fine. 20 cars, who cares? Let's put tire wear heavy. So part of what made this car successful, they were changing rules, and they had a turbo setup that was really good on fuel because they had limited fuel. I'm hoping this will let me change the car settings from this screen. Right. So we'll keep it on, let's put it on medium, see what they are. I haven't really played the 1.2 yet. But from what I'm hearing, it's really rough on tire wear. So we'll see if we notice anything with medium tires. We're just going to do 2 laps. I did not modify the Honda at all, other than tires and ballast and whatever. Let's see what this does. got a Cosworth wheel. Well, this isn't an actual Williams car. This is a Toyota. Oh God. Yeah, he lost his life in Imola, but Imola is not part of Gran Turismo at this point, so Monza is still in Italy, so we'll play there. As you'd expect with an F1 car, tons of grip. I have not been messing with these F1 cars a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of places you can actually do anything with them. They don't have like an F1 series as of yet. They don't have a really good place to let them stretch. Like we had to go to a custom race just to get it qualified for something. Looks like we can brake a whole lot later. I don't know how the pros do this with because that post in the middle on the roll bar, it's cleared out for us, but I don't think that's the case on the actual car. Oh geez, this thing ripped way more than I expected. We're just going to kind of use this car to get kind of a baseline. I almost bought a different, or not bought, but I almost grabbed a different livery for it just because of the Williams connection with Senna's death. That Mazda looks slippery, but it's a little ugly to me. Are we gonna get him? Nope. So what do we do here? 132. So not, I mean, that's fine. Let's go ahead and switch cars. I might go ahead and take a look. Let's leave the Honda stock for the most part for now. We changed the tires. I'm going to get rid of. I put the limitations on there. Okay. Like you have to go full weight and minimal power just to get. Oh, son of a whore. That's not what I wanted to do. Bear with me. Okay. Can I change cars from inside this screen? Looks like no. All right. Let's hop into the regular race and fumble through this. So we're going to hop into here, change the car. Go with settings. So put racing hards on. Let's get the mediums. All right. Car settings. And we'll try to run that race after this. So you had to go full ballast and fully restricted power restrictor. I did not change anything else. Let's run into this store real quick while we have to back out. I'll show you what's available. It looked like it was just transmission options. I am guessing, I didn't see the ECM, but I would think that's part of it. Sports computer, no. Obviously tires are fine, which that's not even obvious because I wouldn't think you would put some of those tires on that car. See, you don't have the computer, which is weird. You have the manual transmission, which allows for the clutch, and the full racing transmission, which does not allow for the clutch. All right, yeah, let's leave it alone for the most part. Actually, let's just go ahead and buy them. I'm going to buy them and then take them off the car. Or I'll leave these on the car for the 2-lap race, and then I'm going to take it into that series where I can actually drop it all the way down to 800 points and see what it does. That's good right there. And that's going to be a 10-lap race. So I haven't touched this yet, other than playing with, I've been in the car and bought parts, but that's it. So we're going back to Monza, custom race. So you can see already it's a lower performance point than, we'll check the two of them together real quick. So it's lower performance points right out of the gate. So it's 8 million and you're running a slower car. I can tell you right now that you're not buying this car because of it's for the historical significance. I didn't see anything with the fuel or tires on that last car either. But we'll notice that more on that 10-lap race. See how this thing does. All right, let's go race. I don't know what the transmission settings are. Let's take a quick look at that. 330, that's probably fine. And a couple things on the in the store showed purchased, like the LSD, that sort of thing. That's already with the car when you buy it. You can see right away it paired us up with lesser vehicles. And we've got the LFA, we've got the whatever that F1500 is. I don't know what that car is. Robin's racing with open wheel. Not as grippy around the corners. Trying to figure out. I don't know what that 1.2 and I don't know if that's boost. The old fan car. Whatever that is across the top, I don't know if that's RPM, but that's throwing me off. Oh, God. Looks like I got him worse than he got me. Clean racing. This car pushes more than I expect it to. We're out of gear, that's not good. This is already not quite fair. You got to brake a lot harder in this than the modern F1 car. I feel like that's the RPM up top, but it doesn't seem like it's lining up with the RPM on the bottom of the screen. Unless you're only supposed to get it to halfway. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the trick there. See the whole chassis shift on that. That's weird. The other cars may be doing that. I just don't notice it with the in-car view. That's a fast car. It seemed faster than the Toyota. So I don't know if it's $8 million faster, but that's a fast car. So let's go ahead and take it into the 10-lap race, see how it does with some kind of extension. Because again, I wasn't with 2 laps. You're not really paying attention to tires, and you're not paying attention to fuel. So we are going racing hard. This is how I got this thing. I mean, this was minimal effort, but I got this thing to line up with what's needed by just dumping weight onto it and pulling all the power. It's weird how that shifts. That whole power band just shifts. Okay, now we need to get rid of the transmission. Still not quite. Yeah, I wonder if I can take away a little weight. There we go. Maybe shift it forward a little. What does that do for us? Nope, that's not good. Yeah, leave it in the middle. All right. So that's our setup. All but 1 kilogram, and take away all the power. We do have I did buy intermediate and wet tires as well, just in case something happens during this race. We got the chicane in there, so hopefully that counteracts what I just did with the transmission. But we're probably not going to be peaking it in speed anyway, just because I added weight and he took away all the power. So let's see how usable this is in actual some of their series. Oh man, they actually have Senna written on the back of it. I knew this was Senna's car, like just looking into the information. You got to give everyone plenty of space with this thing. Yeah, that is. I think that up top is the boost. It's probably the boost of the turbo in bar, like instead of PSI. That's what makes sense to me. You got 1.5 boost or 1.5 bar up to 2 bar, and I think 1 bar is like 14 PSI. A lot of that speculation, so who knows. This is a car with a stick shift. You can see it down here. Maybe we should be full immersion messing with the shifter. So in order to get the Toyota, the modern F1 car, to qualify, I needed to pull even more power. It wasn't just a matter of the full power restrictor. That one has the ECM on there as well. So I had to pull that down to like, I think it was like 78%. So this is a little bit more friendly in terms of qualifying. I'm just going to leave it on full fuel. And see when we have to fit compared to the other cars. It's got a boost button. I wonder if that doesn't seem to be doing anything. And I'm driving this thing pretty conservative right now. Let's see if the clutch works here in normal mode with a normal transmission. Not in downshifting. I have not mastered downshifting. I drive a stick, so I thought that I was a little better than I actually am. But I don't downshift in an aggressive environment like this. Yep, we got a clutch. Very cool, very cool. Okay, now to get rid of the clutch, you just go ahead and hit the hand controls. We're back to no clutch. So we're setting the record. This car's plenty fast for these 800 races. I can't imagine any of the other races being any different where this one would not compete. Okay, okay. Even with my spectacular driving ability right there. Now, in terms of actually buying this car, I think if you're from Brazil, you're almost obligated. Like, Senna was huge for the Brazilian people. They still love him today. And there's still a lot of Senna fans. He set a record on, I believe it was on qualifying, that lasted for, I don't know, it had to be like 12 years after his death. Like, he was an amazing driver. He helped develop the Honda NSX. Like, they took him in, he was a Honda driver at the time of development of the car, so they let him take it out on the track thinking that he was going to be wowed by it, and he said it felt fragile, and they actually took his input and made a better car. So this is it's a car that's probably not necessary in terms of like completing any of the races, and there's no F1 racing like set aside yet. So I think that'll be coming in the future. I mean, we've got a lot of cars that are over 1,000 performance points with not too many places to actually run them. We're on lap 4, and we still have plenty of fuel. Plenty of fuel, plenty of tire. I feel like we could pretty easily run this course without fueling up if we just shifted our fuel map a little bit. So if you are struggling with the track, This should get it done. I mean, even while talking and running into cars and running off the course, we're in first now. We aren't feeling any pressure for refueling, aren't feeling any pressure for tire swapping, not even feeling pressure to pay attention to the road. Go back to actual shifting. Man, it's just getting that in your head is so much more difficult. I do not like downshifting with the clutch. I have not figured out heel toe yet either. What's fun is this is, it's overpowered enough that this is kind of a good place to figure out the clutch. Like I've been messing with, oops, wrong gear. I've been messing with Tokyo, and it's so slick. Oh God, oh God. There, I went for the paddles. I've been messing with Tokyo, and especially downshifting, I just loop the car. It's like grabbing the handbrake because I'm not matching the revs. Okay. Yeah, let's forget the clutch for now. I'll just get back to doing laps instead of watching me struggle with that. But yeah, if you're a Senna fan, this is kind of something you need to buy, just out of respect. I mean, it's $8 million. Is it worth it? Probably not. I mean, I don't think any of these super expensive cars are necessarily worth it. I mean, you can get by with. I mean, we did 7 laps. We didn't do 7, but we had the 1 extra lap there. So I don't think any of these cars are. I don't think you're buying them because they're worth the money. It's $1 million car in this game. Like any of those $1 million cars will get you everywhere you need to go. That's good enough. You're buying this car for the historical significance. So this is one I wouldn't necessarily tell you to rush out and buy. But as you progress and you have a little bit of money to spend, I mean, I was saving up for one of the $20 million cars, and I think they're in the same ballpark as this, where you're dumping all your money and you're not getting anything necessarily better, but you're getting something a little bit special. And it's one I think you kind of benefit from the in-car view, like the cockpit view. Like I like the simplicity that I'm seeing here with the wheel and with I mean, he's got a fuel light and oil. We should have let it run out of fuel. I wonder if that fuel light would have come on. That would have been interesting. I didn't even notice that until now. Man, sorry. I'm guessing it doesn't come on, but we'll see here. If I notice it in the future, I'll try to like leave a comment or something like that. And although this isn't the race for this car, I do like the fact that we've kind of detuned it. With the Fanatec wheel, the way I have it set up, a lot of these super performance cars like Tomahawk, and you probably saw it a little bit with the Toyota F1 car, you start getting a massive shake in the wheel where it's fighting back and forth. I haven't found a way to eliminate that without compromising all the other cars. So with this thing detuned, it's actually nice and pleasant to drive. And yep, you know what? I just noticed the turbo gauge on the screen, and that is what we're seeing at the top there, underneath the windshield. That is in bar. See, it is mirroring that. So you're not shifting with that red line at the top. That's how much boost you have. And I didn't even notice the digital screen. I don't know what is on there. I got the shadow sitting there across the front of it, so 12.5, I'm wondering if that's volts, I don't know. That is a problem with some of these older cars, is you can't tell what you're looking. I think there's an RPM gauge. CO1. Let's see if that's fuel. It might be a fuel map. If I can get to where I can actually see that again, I'm going to change our map. Let's get some sunlight on this thing. How far ahead are we? 24 seconds? Not very good. I'm not showing any change there, so I don't know what that TO1 is. That could be traction control. I do typically run with traction control on. I mean, you're not going to be using that gauge cluster. Even if you want to. I don't know how many laps. I mean, it took me, what, 11 laps to even find it. when you have the sun on it to where you can kind of see it, the wheel shadows on there. Now I'm happy to see this car in the game. I wasn't really an F1 fan when Senna was around, but you know, just knowing who he was after the fact, like I gained a lot of, I mean, I don't even know if I could say gain, but I respected him as soon as I learned about him. And I am very happy with having this in my garage. I don't know that, I kind of feel like $4 million would have proven the point that it's something special. But they wanted 8, so 8 it is. I don't think it's a car that's going to pay for itself. And it's pushing us back on, I'm trying to get the Shelby Daytona, that $20 million car, which I think is going to be an even, like, that car's over twice as much as this one, and I think if it's half as good as this, I'll be surprised. So I think that's a way worse investment. But this is something I'm pretty happy with. Oh Lord, spend $8 million to get $100,000. But look at it! Oh my God! Oh. So, and with the performance points being less than the new F1 car, I don't think this car turns as well. But I think it's got a lot of personality, because you know it's old school. It's not. You don't have the tech that you used to have, or that you do now. It's cool to see him shifting it. It's cool to see the more analog setup, even though you can't read the cluster. But it's a car I'm pretty happy with. And I've got buddies. We've gone to actually see F1 races, and most of them walk away with a die cast of this car. So it's $8 million worth of historical significance, not $8 million worth of car. But on that, I'll let you go, and I have the GTO as well, so I'll be bringing that video up here next. I'm probably going to purchase all the parts I need for it, and I'll try to figure out where I'm going to kind of test that car, and we'll see what it can do. But thank you for watching, and if you think of it, like and subscribe.